In our last video, we built an inventory with some loot, but your inventory doesn't know who you are. It doesn't know your attack power, your mana, or if you're one hit away from a game over. To build a true hero, you need more than a list. You need what's known as a dictionary. Today, we're moving past simple collections and building a character sheet from scratch. We're going to map raw code to real power, and I'm going to show you how to manage every stat for your player. So let's dive in. So before we get started into the code, we have to understand what a dictionary is. A dictionary is an unordered collection of key value pairs. Think of it like a normal dictionary. The key would be the word that you want to look up, and the value would be the definition for that word. Now, even though I said that it is unordered, one thing to note is that now that Python, at the time of recording this video, they are on release 3.14, the Python dictionary maintains insertion order ever since Python version 3.7. And if you're wondering how dictionaries relate to game development, dictionaries are mostly used for your player's stats, like your health, your attack, your mana, so on and so forth. It's good to use whenever you need to access data quickly because it uses descriptive names as the keys. Just like if you were in some shoot 'em up game, you needed to access your health multiple times really fast because we all know shoot 'em up games are super fast paced, and a dictionary would be really good for manipulating your health in that regard. Now there's quite a bit we can do with dictionaries, but the things that I'm going to show you in this video are adding to the dictionary, removing things from the dictionary, accessing and changing things within the dictionary, updating the dictionary with another dictionary, giving our hero magus more stats, and as well as clearing out the dictionary. Alright, so now we are into the code. And if you don't already have your idle shell open, go ahead and open it now. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to assign our dictionary, or our player stats. And so go ahead and type out player underscore stats, and then the equal sign operator. And there are two ways you can create a dictionary. The first way I'm going to show you, you can simply type out dict, and then give it a pair of parentheses. That is one way that we can assign an empty dictionary. And another way that we can assign an empty dictionary is by simply typing out these curly braces here, and then we would type in our key value pairs. So this is what we're going to do right now. So for our first key value pair, we're going to type out name, and then close that off, and it has to be a string, and then the colon right after that string and a space, and then we're going to type out our hero's name, which is Magus. Okay, hit enter on that. Now we're on to our next line. And if we print out our player stats dictionary, then it'll show us our dictionary name Magus. Now let's say that we wanted to add more to that. We could by just simply going back into it, and we can reassign the whole thing if we want to. And this way we won't add on the secondary curly brace, because since we are in the idle shell, if we go ahead and we type out what we did just now, we hit a comma, now we can add more stuff and it will not execute these lines until we close off this dictionary. So go ahead and hit enter on that, and now it goes to the next line. And as you can see, these three little dots here tells us that it shows us that it knows that we're not done with this line of code or this block of code. All right, so the next key value pair we're going to add in is our hero's health. And then make sure you get that colon and a space afterwards. We're going to assign it an integer here, which is 100. And then hit a comma, and then an enter on that to go down to the next one. And now the next key value pair is going to be attack. And we're going to set that to just 20. Make sure you have a comma after that so we can add another one. And the last one we're going to add here is mana. Make sure you have the colon. And I'm going to give him 50 since he's a magician. And there is our dictionary. Make sure you close it off. And as you can see, it just got highlighted there. And if you didn't see that, I apologize. The frame rate for my recording software is not the best. It's either that or my computer is kind of lagging. So I do apologize about that. But now that we're done assigning all of our key value pairs, go ahead and close off that dictionary and hit enter. And then we can go ahead and print our player stats again to see all that we just put in there. And as you can see, it kind of prints it out all linear like this in a linear fashion instead of like we styled it up here. All right, and that's how you assign a dictionary and you add in some key value pairs. Now the next thing I want to show you is how to access one of those key value pairs. And in order to do that is really simple. So I'm going to type out print and give those parentheses. And in order to get a specific value from our dictionary, we just simply type out the name of our dictionary, which is player underscore stats. And then we use these square brackets, just like we did in a list. But here we put in the key name, not the value, but the key name. So we're going to type in name, and that should give us Magus. There we go. Now let's say we wanted to do health or attack or mana, and we would just type in that exactly. And now let's say that we wanted to get a value or a key value pair in our player stats dictionary that didn't exist. Now this is going to throw an error if we try it this way. So let's say that we wanted to get name with an underscore or a lowercase n, and then we close that off, and then that will give us an error, a key error, because the key doesn't exist. Now, a more robust way, a better way to do that in order to not get this error, which is what you want in your video games, we use a different function, and we use the .get method. So type out print and player's stats, and then dot, and then type out get, give it a pair of parentheses, and then we'll type in our name. Let's go ahead and type it in with that lowercase n, and we'll see what happens here. Make sure to close off all of those parentheses, and then hit enter, and it'll tell us none because that doesn't exist. Okay, and that is the much better way to get a key value pair from our dictionary if you need one, to prevent an error from happening and your game just crashes. Now let's say that we wanted to add a key value pair to our dictionary. Then that was actually really simple. We just simply type out the dictionary name, player stats, and then hit these square brackets here. You put in the key name for the value you want to assign it to. And for this one, we're just going to assign it potion, and then we're going to have it equal to, let's say, a number of 10. Okay. Now, if we print out our player stats dictionary, we will see that our potion is now in there, as you can see down here. Now, if we wanted to add a key value pair that is already in there, then that is just going to overwrite the value that's already in there. So let's do that. So we're going to try to assign our health key to the value of 50. Make sure it's equals 50. Use that equals operator, and then hit enter on that, and we can print out our player stats dictionary to see our result. As you can see before, we had assigned our health key to 100, and since we did it down here, we are now reassigning it. So anytime you reassign it, it will overwrite what is already in there, if it's already in there. Now let's say that we wanted to remove a key value pair. Let's say that our hero Magus was walking along and he got hit by an enemy, and now his sword's gone, so he has no attack power. So in order to remove his attack power, we just simply type out the dictionary name, player stats, make sure it's an underscore there, not a dash, and then you do a period and then pop. And as you can see, we got all these functions right here that pops up with this as well. It kind of helps us out. But we're going to use pop on this one, give it a pair of parentheses there, and then we're going to pop out the attack key. Now if you type this out wrong and it's not exactly as it was assigned in your dictionary, you will get an error. So let me show you that real quick. So we type out attack with the wrong key value, with the wrong key name, then it'll give us a key error that attack because it's not there, it doesn't exist. So let's go ahead and do that the right way this time. Player stats dot pop, give it a pair of parentheses, and we'll put in the correct name. It's attack with an uppercase A, and then there it is. Now doing this removes the attack key value pair, but it also returns it and it shows you what it is. Now, whenever you're writing in your text editor or your code editor, it won't do that, and it will still do that, but you won't see it. That'll just be like a forethought type of thing. And now let's say that we wanted to add some health to our hero Magus's health key value pair. Let's say he ran into some healing potion, he drank the potion, and now his health went up. So in order to do that, first we need to access the health key value pair. So we type out the dictionary name and then give it the pair of square brackets and then type out health, since that's what we're looking for. And then since he drank a potion and gives him more health, we're going to add to it. Now if you remember back in a couple of videos ago, we talked about the plus equals operators. Put those together and it's the same as adding, it's the same as saying player stats health equals player stats health plus whatever value we give it. And so for this one, we're going to give it plus equals 100. Go ahead and hit enter on that, and we're going to see what our player stats health is at now. Type out print player stats. And as you can see, now our health is at 150. Another thing we can do is we can update our dictionary with another dictionary. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So first, we'll type out another dictionary. We're going to assign another dictionary as wizard stats. I have the equals, get these curly braces here. The first item is going to be magical hat. I have it equal to just 1. You just got one of those. The next key value pair we're going to add, which is staff. We're going to have that to the type of fire. And the last one we're going to add into here, which is a mana. Make sure you get the colon there. We're going to have it as 50. And then make sure you close that off. Hit enter on that. And to update our player stats with our wizard stats, it will pretty much just add the stats from wizard stats into our player stats. And the way to do that is type out our original dictionary name, player stats, and then put a period, and then type out update, and give it a pair of parentheses, and then within the update parentheses, you give it the other dictionary name, which is wizard stats, and then hit enter on that. And now we print out our dictionary player stats. We will see all that got added into it. So as you can see, our wizard stats dictionary got added to our player stats, and then the mana was just the same, so that wasn't much of a difference there. Now the last thing I want to show you with dictionaries is that you can clear out all of your stats and all of the key value pairs within your dictionary. So like if you wanted to start out a new game for your player, you can clear everything out and have it brand new. And in order to do that, we just simply type out the name of the dictionary, player stats, put a period, and then simply type out clear, give it a pair of parentheses, and then you hit enter on that, and then we'll go ahead and type out our player stats to see what is left in our dictionary, if anything. Hit enter on that, and it shows us we have an empty dictionary now. So a few things to watch out for is that you can't use mutable keys like lists or other dictionaries as the key itself. And like I said before, you can't have duplicate keys because whatever one you assign to it last, it wins. So the last one wins type of thing. You also can't modify the dictionary while iterating over it because that'll cause an error. And I've had that happen way too many times in my game whenever I was trying to update the save files and the save stats so that the player could load up their saved game. And now that we've built out our player stats using a dictionary, here's a little exercise for you. Now your player just drank a greater healing potion. But what I want you to do is I want you to update your player's health by 50 and then post your code in the comments down below. So to recap in this video, we learned what a dictionary was. We also learned how to use it. We learned that a dictionary is an unordered collection of key value pairs, even though it does maintain insertion order. We learned that a dictionary is relative to your player's stats in your game. It also showed you many things that you can do to it. You can add stuff, remove stuff, change stuff, access and modify things. And we also went over some of the things to watch out for. So if you like this tutorial, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or you just want to say, hey, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to not miss any future videos. And stay tuned for the next video in this series where we will learn how a hidden treasure gets hidden. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.